Hey there guys, what's going on? How are you doing? This is Wiggle speaking, and today we have a video about basically 5 things that I think need changes for the better in the game, that we could change in any ways, like sometimes personally or sometimes in-game, things that are, I think you already have some guesses due to some usual problems that we have to face in this game. But yeah, there are just 5 things that I think are quite necessary. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, the first thing that has came to my mind is basically the community of this game. Spoilers. Something that you always face as a problem. Just let's face it, if you search DBD community in YouTube, you won't see a lot of beautiful stuff, like 10 videos of people getting salty and insulting people, saying racial slurs, calling them names and stuff like that, and like one of them is just a very wholesome person, but you don't really get that. Good sports exist in this game, but not all that much. So that's a problem to handle, and I get it. I have played so many different games: Dota 2, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, I don't know, Valorant, CSGO, Warcraft, games like that, and all of these games have really toxic communities, and it's okay, sometimes they just, put question marks after they kill you, say goodnight after they kill you, and they just, trash talk all the time, and that's in-game trash talks. That's fine, it's okay. I do it myself. Even in DBD, I teabag people, and I shake my head as a killer. I smack them on the hook. These are all toxic in-game materials, and that's completely fine. If it helps you feel better, by all means go for it. But going to people's streams in the endgame chat, calling them names, using racial slurs, that's a completely different story. You are releasing your pressure in a completely wrong way, and that's not okay by any means. I wish that this community was just as a whole, because now, due to the nature of the game, because it's an asymmetrical, we basically have 2 communities that hate each other. We have the killers and the survivors, and there are some people who do both, but mainly those people who act really moderate don't really exist. It's just mostly you're a survivor main or a killer main, one of those. If you want to be really good at one of them, you just have to concentrate on one of them, and that's completely okay. But you see, we all know what are the problems in this game. Killers always complain about the speed of the gens, I don't know, the good perks of survivors, being toxic, swifts, stuff like that. Survivors complain about tunneling, the camping, I don't know, shit like that, bad teammates in solo queue. And that's fine, but we really need to change, guys. This is getting too late, and this is really actually absurd to just have to say these things, that you need to change, you need to be less toxic. I mean, in game it's completely fine, whatever you want to do. You're annoyed, it's okay, that's it. You're not hurting anybody. Just call out anything, not names of course, especially if you're on a stream, but just, say, oh fuck, this is bullshit and stuff like that, but don't go and chat and annoy people you don't even know. How does it feel like? It's like that you're angry at someone in the street because of their driving skills, and then you follow them, and then when they get off their car, you go to them and you say you are a piece of shit, and then just leave, because you leave the endgame chat always. And that's hilarious, dude. Seriously, and it's super childish. And I've seen people who are just like 30 years old and just keep doing it. And one of the biggest problems that we have is that everyone who comes into this community, who joins us, we lead them in the most horrific way that we can. The first, you can see someone who has 5 hours in DBD, and they already know about tunneling, camping, slugging, gen rushing, all of these things. Who told them these things? Just let these people play the game. Why are you teaching them these words that are not even going to help them? You're just going to help them get angry. Being angry is not always fun. It's never fun. Like, I don't know, I've seen people who have like 10 hours in the game, Devotion 1 level 25, and they get killed and they say, this dude totally tunneled me. How do you even know? Can you understand the strategies in this game? You can't, because you just have 10 hours in the game. But why do you say that? Because people told you to say so. Just leave it alone. Let people be happy and have fun. This is just a video game. Just don't take it so personally and so seriously. Maybe just the killer has to kill the obsession sometimes, and you are the obsession, so they just tunnel you because of their challenge, and they let the other survivors go. Okay, next match, queue one more match, and then maybe in the next match you can leave. But in this one, you've already dead. So just go to the next fucking match. Why are you standing here trying to prove a point that doesn't exist? Like, you want to teach people how to play? Okay, dude, this way that you killed me was totally uncool. I didn't like it, and I think you should be dead. Isn't that weird to say something like that to someone you don't know, you haven't seen? I've seen people told me that I should get cancer and die. Why? Really? Over a video game? Grow up, dude. It's about fucking time. Next one that we have is DBD's meta. Now, this one is my personal problem. I'm just tired, dude. I'm just tired of seeing Dead Hard, Unbreakables, DS, Corrupt, Pop, Ruin, all of these things. Why don't we change the meta? Like in every single game, say Dota, say Valorant, they change guns, they change items, they change heroes in such a way that they get so nerfed that they go out of the meta, and other heroes and agents and guns and items come to the meta. Then, after a while, they buff that agent or that hero and they put it back into the meta. That's fine, but how many years has it been that we have been seeing DS, Unbreakable, Decisive and DS are the same thing, yeah. I thought something went wrong. DS, Unbreakable, Dead Hard, Sprint Burst, I don't know, Self-Care? No, I'm just kidding. Perks like these, just, oh my god, they're always into the meta, they're always in the meta. Sometimes when the updates come out, the meta changes slightly. Like when the Jill and Leon came into the game, we saw a lot of flashlights, Blastmon, and I love that. I absolutely love that, because now I knew something new is into the game that I have to keep in mind, keep track of, and play around. But how many times have you seen a killer has Ruin? You know, this is just a typical thing I do always. You've seen it in my videos. When I go onto the Jane, I tap it. Is there any Ruin? No, isn't. Okay, let's just play. I spawn into the game. Okay, Corrupt. That's it. We have to keep that in mind. I don't know. The killer comes at me right after the hook. Barbecue. This is just boring. It's getting boring, and I would love to see huge changes to some perks like Autodidact, maybe something like a No Mither. I don't know. Left Behind, Soul Survivor. These perks that you never, ever see being in the absolute meta. The best thing ever happened to this game. I would love to see that, and then maybe nerf them, put them back, and put other perks on. But just do this. Just change things. The last patch note of DBD was so long that I was just so happy. A lot of add-ons just changed, but I wish that those were perks instead of add-ons, or both of them. Because, you know, as you know, when you play Trapper, we used to always use one add-on all the time and then change the other ones. But now we don't have to use those. And that's beautiful, that's wonderful. We have changed the meta in Trapper. That's wonderful. What about others? Let's just go about that. Let's just keep doing it. That was 100% nice, thumbs up. But let's keep doing it. Behavior, how about that? The next thing that we have is the maps. Now, the maps in DBD have huge problems, in my opinion. I don't like the fact that sometimes when I queue in and I go into a map and I'm as a killer and I'm like, yay, I just won the match because of this map, single-handedly. It's so small, I know the gens, I know the spawns, that's it. I won. But then comes the Haddonfield, and you queue in like, okay, I get 1 kills and just fuck off, I guess. And that's bad. The fact that just a map can determine what happens to the match is not good, in my opinion. So I think that we should look at the win rates, and also we need to put no out of the win rates, because no-ed fucks with the win rates and the kill rates, because of the sole fact that sometimes you just hit them and you were supposed to get no kills, but now due to having no-ed you get 2 kills. And that's unfair, I know that. I'm not a big fan of no-ed. It's good for starters, but it's not good for higher ranks. And you don't see a lot of no-ed in higher ranks, so I think basically DBD should just, consider those ranks higher MMR. Probably just check them out, see what they do, see how they get kills, and which maps have higher win rates and stuff like that. Because honestly, when I go into the Dead Dog Saloon, it feels so good. I'm like, okay, I might win this game already. And then I queue and go into, I don't know, Badham, Haddonfield, and big maps like that, and that's it. That's it for me. I'm done. I'm gonna lose, which is bad. I really hate the design of the maps. It hurts most of the killers, like Myers. Big maps really hurt the big guy. I don't know, some indoor maps really hurt Trickster and Huntress because of a lot of side blockers. Well, even Nurse, you need to predict them, and it gets harder. The maps just really, they are such an important factor, and they almost completely depend on luck. And that's bad. So I think those things need to be changed as well. The next thing that I think needs a change is the S tier killers. That's right. Just like the meta, as I said, I don't like the fact that every single tier list that you watch starts with the nurse on the top and probably the trapper at the lowest platform of this game. And the sad part, what is the sad part actually? The sad part is that they have changed some killers such as Clown, and he didn't even leave the D tier. Maybe the C tier, the top. Because the changes are so mediocre and just so, it's like that they're scared that something horrible is going to happen. Okay, for just a week, let us have some fun with that shit, It's just the Clown, the Shape, oh my god, Shape is so outdated. He has been like this for millions of years, and the only fun thing about Shape now is just his add-ons. Nothing else. And that's just sad. That's a big problem, I think. They gave an understandable nerf to Spirit. I get that. That was good. But still, she's in S tier. And Trapper, he got a huge buff. Now he can handle 2 traps. Some of his add-ons changed into much better. And he has some abilities that are just wonderful. Now he's a perfect basement keeper, but still he's shit. He's in D tier. Why do some killers get buffs and then just don't change, but some killers get nerfs and they still stay high at the S tier? I think it's because of the designs of the maps and also the nature of that killer. So basically, what was wrong with Trickster when it came out? Trickster was basically Huntress, but he couldn't damage you. He had to hit you with 8 knives. That was bullshit. Now, Because of that fact, it took so long, it took forever to down someone. Now, they changed it to 6, but I honestly don't think that was the problem. Because of so many obstacles and so many good loops against killers such as Trickster and Huntress. Huntress can line up a shot, and imagine it's just one knife. You will hit it and that's it. That's good. Trickster is much faster and has so many more knives, but it's just hard. It's just basically Huntress, but just harder. That's it. With some maneuver to his add-ons. But due to the structures in the map, because there are so many obstacles with weird hitboxes, Trickster is not still the S tier killer. Considering that he got a huge buff. It was wonderful. But still, he's not good. And I think it's due to the design of the maps, due to the nature of that killer, its power. So I think they need to find their, weaknesses and try to help them a little bit, and then find points that they're good at, their strong points, and then work on those. So at least we can say, okay, Trapper is a shitty killer, but he's the best in this. He's the absolute best in like 3-gen scenarios. He's just wonderful. He should be, but he's not. And that's it. I think the meta in the killers should also change. And I'm just sick of seeing nurses on the top tier, honestly. And last but not the least, we have the matchmaking system. Yeah, you heard me. I know, we recently had a change to the matchmaking system, and it's good, it's working out as the dev says, and devs, the stats that we have, yeah, I know, it's working out, it's okay. I'm not talking about the rank matchmaking system. I'm talking about the lack of different playstyles and mods that we have in this game. I don't know, maybe we could add a casual one that you can only bring 3 perks without add-ons and survivors can't bring items. In the rank matchmaking system, maybe we could have some bans, like killers can ban 2 maps and survivors could ban 2 perks or something. And I think we should categorize the perks like gen controls, chasing, information, because otherwise people just ban, ruin, pop, corrupt, and that's it for the killer. Perks like that can be banned in the rank matchmaking system because it's much more serious. Maybe fun mods such as 2 versus 8. We only have 1 versus 4, and it's super serious like that. It's just 1 matchmaking. Even maybe a randomizer that we could go into the match and everybody has 4 random perks with random add-ons and random items. Maybe a broken key with the best add-ons could be something that is fun. I don't know. Something more casual. I think this is a game that you can really enjoy and have fun, but we're just taking it so seriously. It's like we have actual trials that we have to sacrifice 4 people to 1 entity shit. I don't know, but I think the matchmaking system can help quite a lot in changing the meta because of the fact that things get banned and stuff like that. And overall, it could help a lot of things out. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, turn on that ringing thing so that whenever I post a video, it notifies you. And tell me all about your opinions on these 5 changes that I made in this video, like I suggested basically, in the comments right down below. And have a good one, everyone.